Hey, you guys, just published our weekly article on Substack. This week was all about metamorphosis, transformation, transcendence, so check that out. And we also just published our YouTube exclusive EDU on fixed star magic, so check that out, and here are some great clips.
Regulus, right? Heart of the lion. Okay, success that must be humbled before it will last, really, honestly. So the nature of Regulus is this hard one. It makes me think of Saturn sometimes. It's like this durable transformation that's earned through the fall, right? That precedes the rise. You know, you have to hit bottom before you can climb up sometimes. And that is a hard won battle, allowing ourselves to fall because nobody likes falling, right? And we try to stop ourselves and slow ourselves down. And we're always telling ourselves, well, I can get control of this. And then things just get more out of control. So it is a Regulus kind of represents that hard won, durable transformation that has been earned through that fall that has to precede the rise. It has to, you guys. So it's best for ambitions that need to be tempered before they can really hold weight. And the timing here, of course, is the Sun conjunction, which is roughly next month, August 22nd through 24th, at the Leo Virgo cusp typically. And then the materials I would use for this one is like a gold colored coin or thread, maybe a small box. And so nothing new grows without agreeing to stop what was there in the first fucking place, right? Is that not the truth of life? We cannot grow something new in a garden that is overrun with old weeds and broken down rhubarb and shit. You got to clean that shit out. What was has to go so you can make room for the new. And, ask yourself if you want to try this process, which one of these stars really match where you are right now, and be honest with yourself, right? That's sometimes hard for us to do. This does require a little humility. Obviously, when we talk about metamorphosis, nothing new grows without dissolving the old first. We tend to want to skip that part. In the spiritual community, especially, it's like, let's just go from A to Z and forget about B, C, D, E, F, G, blah, blah, blah. No, we can't forget about the in-between. The in-between is very, very important. So when we talk about metamorphosis, we're talking about the first step of that, which is dissolution. Okay, that is, and again, I'm using the butterfly as an example here. The caterpillar doesn't improve, quote unquote, right? It liquefies almost like completely inside that chrysalis before anything new can even begin. So you have this stage of formlessness that comes in, right? And this is a very real stage with no shape at all. And in spirit work, this can be very uncomfortable. It can be disorienting, but it is a necessary stage when we are manifesting change that is deep rooted in our life, or we're doing some kind of shadow clearing, or shadow organization, I guess is a good way to, you don't really clear it, but you organize, maybe moderate it, balance it. And then comes the reorganization stage, right? Using, again, the butterfly as an example, what emerges isn't a better caterpillar, quote unquote, right? It's a different kind of creature altogether. It's built from that same material, but as we know, it's a butterfly, right? So what I want to talk about first, just to kind of paint the full picture here, is the transits. I want to go through the transits that show when this process activates in your natal blueprint. So that's where fixed star magic comes in. So fixed stars are like points of concentrated stellar force that are kind of far beyond our solar system. So unlike planets, they hold one fairly stable degree over our entire human lifetime, which makes them like reliable anchors for ritual timing and especially talismanic work. Fixed stars, if you are, looking at your astrology online, I like using Solar Fire. Use whatever program works best for you. But they are aligned to your chart when they conjunct a natal planet or angle. They are aligned to the calendar when the sun crosses their degree each year. And they are channeled usually into a talisman that is consecrated during that window. And so I'm going to break down how to do that in very layman terms, very beginner. So if you haven't worked with fixed stars before, don't worry. I'm going to keep this very, very light, not too heavy. But the 5 stars I want to talk about that are associated with metamorphosis, with transitions that are transformative in nature, transcendence, right? Hemingway. The first one is Algol. Algol is a severance star, right? It is death of the old form. So Pluto, right? Then we have Alcyon, right? This is grief or grieving that clears the way. So I